Honorable LOP, can you first allow your members, then you come last? The juniors. You, you see, you see, if you speak first, you would have blocked the others. Let me get a procedure issue from Mr. Procedure. And a clarification, then you come.
Madam Speaker, enforcing rules here. The rule requires that I am referred to as honorable member. I don't know where to appeal. But the procedure issue I am raising, Madam Speaker, there is a practice, and I invite you to guide me as a way of procedure. You have reported on progress made in Namboole. Our rules protect you. We can't ask you questions and quarrel with you. You have said another commissioner will come here and also report. I don't know whether, Madam Speaker, because of the resonance and shabbiness of government, that the Parliamentary Commission now has taken over the work of government. Because I don't know how I'll ask my speaker to explain things I want to explain about Namboole, or I'll ask a commissioner. The other day, we had the deputy speaker assigned to go and visit the war. I also had issues. So the procedural issue I'm raising, Madam Speaker, is whether, because of your knowledge that this government has nearly collapsed, that you have now taken over and we should no longer ask questions, for example, about Namboole facility to relevant ministers. We now direct them to the Parliamentary Commission.
That the issue raised by Honorable Ssemujju, I had the same about the role of our commissioners, that our own. We have a committee in this House of Education and Sports, and most of the work oversight has defined made by these committees. By sending our commissioners to go and monitor and come and report, some of the commissioners themselves, like my brother, the Honorable Ssenyonyi, and the three others who even sat in the commission and awarded themselves money and have refused to come and explain the 500 million, the 400, we have repeatedly been asking them to explain, and they refused. So for such commissioners now to come and purport that they are now going to represent the House in asking questions and accountabilities, yet they have failed to do their duty of reporting to this House how they awarded themselves that money.
Honorable
Madam Speaker, I think this is a serious question, and the role of this House should not be relegated to the commissioners in their individual acting capacity. Otherwise, it makes Parliament relegated.
Honorable Member, I asked a commissioner as one of, just like I would ask you, that go to Namboole and bring a report. But you are conflicted because you are the one who raised the matter. You raised the matter, and first of all, Honorable Dul, you must thank yourself. You and Nambeshe, Honorable Nambeshe, because this thing is being resolved because of you people. You still have a long time. You're going to talk about the Rwanda. The issue of Namboole is a sorted issue. Let me hear from LOP. To speak about those taxes.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I've got two quick procedural issues. One, vis-a-vis your communication. You mentioned last week we raised the concern of traders who did come to approach myself and a couple of other members of Parliament, raising several concerns. High taxes, the modus operandi of enforcement, EFRIS, and so on. We discussed those issues here. and your guidance was that the Committee of Trade was going to process these matters and get back to us.
Trade and finance.
Yes. But there's an emergency situation currently, Right Honorable Speaker. Traders are on strike. Shops downtown Kampala are closed, in Masaka and other parts of the country. I think that even as we wait for the Committees of Trade and Finance to process, would it not be procedurally right for the executive to talk to us about this situation, because it has a huge impact on our economy. The traders are saying they're going to keep their shops closed until their issues are addressed. Last week, we were told the executive was going to meet them so they can share these concerns. That meeting has not happened, and so the strike is on, and they are unrelenting. Would it not be right for the executive to give us an update now, what they're doing? Because if we wait for the trade committee, and eventually they should get back to us, it might take quite a bit of time. The second issue, so they can be, you can rule on them together, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, last week, something bothered me in this House. One of our colleagues, the Honorable Ssenyonyi, stood to raise concerns about how commissioners sat in a meeting, shared money among themselves, and how money is used in this institution. And you, Right Honorable Speaker, referred to his submission as nonsense. I found that wrong. I found that unparliamentary, Right Honorable Speaker. And with due respect, I would like to urge you
whereas you found it
to
wrong,
apologize and withdraw that statement, Right Honorable
whereas you
Speaker.
found it wrong, whereas you found it wrong, there is something that is pending that is supposed to be that should be answered first, where Honorable Kazo also made an allegation. If you want me to apologize to you, I know you're a very big person. You're a leader of opposition. I am sorry to you, the leader of opposition.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Actually, the apology wasn't just for me, but to the whole House, because, allow me to finish this in a minute.
No, I am apologizing to the leader of opposition. The House does not fault me for anything.
Thank you, Right Honorable
Does
Speaker.
the House fault me?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for that apology. You see, a few weeks ago, the Honorable Wakai Mamsoke...
Honorable members, please listen. Let the LOP talk.
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker, as I was saying, a few weeks ago, the Honorable Wakai Mamsoke from Nansana did make a comment at the back, off record. He was responding to somebody who said, made some remarks, and then he said, that's nonsensical. He was off record. And, Right Honorable Speaker, you ordered him to apologize and withdraw the remarks, even when they were not on record. So my concern was that your submission of nonsense in reference to Honorable Ssenyonyi was on the Hansard, and it does not make us look good. In fact, I had expected that at the end of that session, perhaps you would address that matter, apologize and withdraw, and that's why I'm raising it now as a very serious concern, because people out there do watch us. They expect us to operate with decorum, but also, Right Honorable Speaker, as you keep reminding us, we have got to operate with decorum. So I was only imploring you to lead by example. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Leader of Opposition, Mr. Sir, I am sorry. Can we hear from the traders? Minister of Trade.
Right Honorable Speaker. Yeah.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, in a bid to clean this House, the previous sitting, the Honorable Ssenyonyi complained that was trespassed by Honorable Kimosho and allegations of murder and land grabbing, which were not called for by that plenary. Right Honorable Speaker, by your guidance, the Honorable Kimosho was not in the House, and you guided that when he comes back, we'll substantiate over the matter. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm seeking your indulgence whether it is procedurally right, since the Honorable Kimosho is here in, and we can't leave such issues go on since they are tarnishing the image of this House and the Parliament where I sit. Isn't it procedurally right that the Honorable Kimosho substantiate over the matter so that we fully clean up the image of this house, which is our blanket. Thank you.
Tewandeke, arose from the last week's sitting, where I raised on a point of order in this house, and my point of order was very clear on Honorable Theodore Ssenyonyi, that I have from time to time seen and heard in the news that he's a land grabber and as such facilitates land grabbers in his area. Unfortunately, when I had raised the matter, at the same time, I had a meeting of physical infrastructure that I was chairing. And I had to rush there because the minister and the UNRWA had already entered. So it is not true that after making the statement, I ran away. Let me finish. I want to be categorical that if there is any clarifications, as he imputed here, that I need to substantiate, I would request that when he's in the house, he becomes clear on what he wants me to substantiate, and I will do. What I also want clear is that he referred to me as a hatchet man. But I almost got angry, but I also forgive him, because people use language that they commonly trade in. So, remembering the videos I've been seeing and what he's alleged to be doing, I felt maybe he's in the business of hiring hatchet men. And that's what informed his calling me of a hatchet man, because that is his language on a daily basis. That is my assumption. I would still want to go into that when he's here.
Thank you. So what we can do, we'll wait for Honorable.
When he's here, Right Honorable Speaker, let him be on record on what he wants me to substantiate. I will substantiate. Thank you very much, Right
Honorable members, we will wait for Honorable Ssenyonyi to be here, and I want to re-echo this to. I want to re-echo this, Honorable members. I want to re-echo this to my boss, the leader of opposition. As a leader, we enjoyed to lead by example. This house is guided by rules, and the rules are guiding principles. If, in the opinion and judgment of a presiding officer, the member holding the floor is acting in a total disregard of the rules and guidelines of the presiding officer, the presiding officer has a humble prerogative to guide the House, as I did when Honorable Ssenyonyi did in total disregard to the Speaker's guidance. Even you, as a leader of opposition, my boss, when I tell you, leader of opposition, sit, you do. You've never defied it. Never. And I must really thank you for that. And going forward, I want to request and urge members to always comply with the guidance and the ruling of a presiding officer to avoid bringing integrity and for us to bring integrity and sanity to the House, instead of bringing disrepute to the House. Let's have respect for each other. Because if you're not talking, if I am telling you sit down, it is very simple. Common knowledge that even my small Valongo will understand. If I tell Ssenyonyi sit, Ssenyonyi will sit. Workers, traders, there's a trader there. No, let's get.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
All Banyarwanda. But Madam Speaker, a petition, I'm moving under Rule 30 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament of the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. Madam Speaker, the petitioners of the Council for Bavandimwe, a duly registered association representing the Ugandan Banyarwanda community, presented on their behalf by I, Ssemujju Gonzaga, MP Kalungu County West, Member of Parliament, showeth and states as follows. 1. That the Banyarwanda feature in the 1995 Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as one of the indigenous tribes of Uganda. 2. That the Uganda Banyarwanda became an indigenous tribe following the annexation of Rwanda's border territories, Kisoro, Kigezi, Ndorwa, among others. Madam Speaker, that the 1926 colonial population census found a sizable population of Banyarwanda living within the boundaries of Uganda. 4. That the Ugandan Banyarwanda are facing serious citizenship rights violations at the hands of both the National Migration Registration Authority, NIRA, and the Ministry of Internal Affairs Immigration Department, where they are denied national identity cards and passports. 5. That many Uganda Banyarwanda have returned from abroad for either study or work to renew their passports, acquire or renew their national identity cards, and have been told that they do not qualify to be Ugandan passport or national identity card holders. At times, this has led to loss of jobs or study opportunities for these persons. 6, Madam Speaker, that the Ugandan Banyarwanda have not only been denied passports and national identity cards, but the previous passports held by these persons have been confiscated, which has caused pain, suffering, and psychological torture, and has exposed them to abuse and violation and denied them their right of association. 7, Madam Speaker, the Ugandan Banyarwanda have been denied opportunities for employment both in Uganda and abroad, since they are unable to provide national identity cards or passports to confirm and substantiate their identity as Ugandans. 8, that not only have the Uganda Banyarwanda been denied employment opportunities, but they are unable to open bank accounts, register companies, register phone lines in their names, which is denying them a right of livelihood and also costing the country revenue from the foreign remittances. 9, Madam Speaker, that some Ugandan Banyarwanda whose passports expired are stuck in the Middle East and other countries around the world without any assistance from the Ugandan foreign missions and embassies because they are deemed not to be Ugandan citizens. Madam Speaker, 10, that some of the Ugandan Banyarwanda have been unable to travel abroad for better or specialized health care, which has cost them their lives. 11, that despite their meeting with the Minister of Internal Affairs and the Director, Immigration, and several other attempts to meet the officials from National Migration Registration Authority and the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Immigration Department, nothing has been done to address this plight. Now, therefore, your humble petitioners pray that, 1, Madam Speaker, the relevant committee of Parliament investigates the segregation and violation of the rights of the Ugandan Banyarwanda in Uganda and makes a report. 2, the House urges the National Immigration Registration Authority, NIRA, and Ministry of Internal Affairs, Immigration Department, to issue national identity cards and passports to the Ugandan Banyarwanda based on their recognition by the 1995 Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as a tribe in Uganda. And your humble petitioners are duly bound and will ever pray. And here too, your humble petitioners have appended their signature, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much.
And also to make records clear, we are seriously saying that the segregation is within Ministry of Internal Affairs, not within fellow Ugandans. So when they come, and I want to correct this because in Uganda these days, everybody is an editor in the social media. So we are complaining about segregation in the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Migration. Note, otherwise, the rest we are enjoying. That's why I'm a member of Parliament. And I know members will take this in good faith. And lastly, Madam Speaker, it is very painful that someone is getting a letter from LOC1 chairman, he gets clearance from LOC2 chairman, LOC3, he pays money for the passport, and at the end of the day, is thrown out, denied the passport. So we pray that this petition finds your good wisdom, Madam Speaker, and the interest that is handled as we direct. I beg to move, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much.
Okusooka Minister mu ntandikwa chairman of yamugambira mu Parliament nti ekisaawe ng'oggyeko ekizimbe n'entebe, ekisaawe ekizanyirwamu omupiira kyennyini kiteekwa okukolebwa abantu nga CAF, ekitongole ekifuga omupiira mu Africa, kyabawa layisinsi. Kyali kitegeeza nti okuva mu ntandikwa UPDF yali tesobola kukola kisaawe munaazanyirwa mupiira. Ne ndowooza nti bawuliziganya okuva olwo. Neewuunyiza nnyo olwaleero ng'ate minisita chairman of FIFA ng'agamba nti tebatwebuuzaako, ate minisita ng'agamba nti tubeebuuzaako. Era kati abalinda okulaba omupiira gwa Uganda nga guzanyirwa wano bagira bakyalinze, kyekitegeeza ekyo. Kubanga FIFA yekwatagana ne CAF abajja okulambula ekisaawe bakakase nti kati kiri mu mbeera nnungi okuzanyirwamu bantu ba CAF. Bw'abeera nga representative waabwe omukulu mu Uganda, Honorable Magogo, agamba nti temutwebuuzaako, kitegeeza nti ne bwe munaaba mutuukirizza ebisaanyizo, Magogo ne CAF basobola okugamba nti si byebyo. Kye ndowooza nti gavumenti ne minisita Ogwanga balina okukisalira amagezi, kubanga bano be beekizamina. Bwe munaagamba nti twabeebuuzaako oba nti tetufaayo, muleke tukole omulimu gwammwe, bwe munaamala be basalawo nti empiira girina okuzanyirwa e Namboole, nga bakomawo buli kimu nga mukikoze, nga baga nti ate binnatereera. Kyembadde ngamba minisita Ogwanga, nfukyo bireeta mu lwatu bakayanire wano mu nsi yonna ng'ewulira, bagende batuule, balina bye bataamala babimalire eyo. Ffe twagala kulaba nga CAF bw'ejja wanega nti ekisaawe kati musobola okuzanyiramu omupiira. Kati olutalo lwe twolekedde ye Ogwanga agamba bo bakola omulimu gwe bakola bagumanyi, tubeebuuzaako naga timutwebuuzaako ekinaddira ekisaawe, nga bano baga nti kinaakutuusa, bino bibulayo n'ebinaaba biwedde. Baasi ezo kuva mu ntandikwa baatugamba nti zaali za minisita eyali former minister Matthew Kaire, era nti yalina pulaani y'okuleeta baasi 500. Kati kino nkyogera nga yali chairman wa Kosase, kuba nali nnoonyerezaawo ku kisaawe ky'e Namboole. Nga tubabuuza, era ye mu ntandikwa ya baasi eza Pioneer baali baagala kukozesa Namboole as a terminal, nti baasi zaabwe 500 zijja kusimbanga awo nga we ziva okusaasaana mu kampani ebitundu ebirala. Naye gavumenti eno olumu ekutabula engeri gy'ekolamu emirimu. Kati aba Land Commission baasinziira wa ate okuwaako liizi nga ne Namboole etamuze ekisaawe ina management yeetongodde temanyi. Naye Matthew Kaire ng'ogyeko okuba nti yali ne Bambabazi nga bali ku external wing y'NRM, muntu wa Luganda ne First Family, nyinawo okutya nti oyinza okusanga nga ne Bwogwanga bamutya, kubanga speed Bwogwanga gye bagoberako abatuuze beewaffe ku ttaka ly'ekisaawe n'amagye nga n'amasasi ganyooka, tayinzaga nti baasi ezitalimu yadde dereva zo zimulemye okujjawo, naye ng'abantu abaali beerwanako okusigalawo babakuba emigo ne bakuba amasasi ne babajjayo. Olaba nga n'Ogwanga ayinawo kyatya kyatayagala kubuulira Parliament ku baasi zino.